Semen retention and the dark side of female energy is a subject that many men sense deep down, but often cannot put into words because the influence is invisible yet powerful, and it shapes how you think, act, and even how you feel about yourself. When you are holding your seed, you begin to notice patterns you could not see before. You see how your energy changes, how women look at you differently, and also how female energy can both uplift and drain you, depending on how you interact with it. Before we dive deep into this, make sure you join the Telegram channel whose link is in the description, so that you do not miss out on daily insights and discussions. Now let me ask you a direct question. Have you ever felt like a woman was pulling your energy in a way that left you feeling weaker? Afterwards, have you noticed how some women draw out your life force without giving anything real in return? Drop your answer in the comments section because your experience will resonate with other men watching this. When you start on semen retention, you quickly learn that your seed is not just fluid, it is concentrated life force. Women can feel it even before you speak. Some women are drawn to it like moths to a flame, because they sense the masculine fire inside you. But here's the dark side. Not every woman who is attracted to your energy wants to nurture it. Some want to consume it. They may not even know this consciously, but their behavior reveals it. They test you, they push you, they tempt you, and if you fall into their trap, you walk away drained and questioning yourself. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman seemed magnetic, but after spending time with her, you felt tired, less focused, and unable to stick to your own path? That is the dark side of female energy when it is not balanced. Semen retention gives you awareness of these dynamics because your energy is no longer leaking. You begin to feel when someone is pulling at you unnecessarily. Start seeing through manipulations, subtle or obvious. And you realize that not all attraction is healthy attraction. Some women will admire your aura, but instead of wanting to build with you, they want to feed on it. This is why so many men who do not practice retention end up confused, because they keep losing energy to women who do not have their best interests at heart. Let me ask you, have you ever felt like a woman was more interested in your attention and energy than in you as a man? Share your thoughts below. The dark side of female energy is seductive. It can make you feel desired and wanted. But behind that desire, there is often a hunger to control or consume. Think about how many men in history fell because of women, not because women are evil, but because they did not recognize the shadow side of feminine energy. When you are on retention, you realize that your discipline makes you stand out. This attracts both the light and the dark from women. Some will respect it and push you higher. Others will try to break it down because your strength makes them insecure. The practical reality is, the semen retention trains you to filter who deserves your energy. Every time you hold your seed, you sharpen your intuition. You know when to walk away, and you know when to engage. The dark feminine thrives on weakness on men who cannot control their urges. But when you remain centered, women cannot play their usual games with you. You are not easily seduced because you see past the surface beauty and notice the intention behind it. That is when you stop being a victim of female energy and start being a man who chooses how he invests himself. Some men complain that women are manipulative, but the truth is, energy flows where permission is given. If you keep giving away your life force, you cannot blame anyone but yourself. Retention teaches you responsibility. It shows you that women will always test, but it is your duty to stand firm. A man who is grounded cannot be played. A man who values his seed cannot be fooled by temporary pleasure. Ask yourself, how many times in your life have you compromised your long-term goals for a short-term desire with a woman? How different would your life be if you had that energy back today? Now understand this, not all female energy is dark. There is also nurturing, uplifting, and healing feminine energy. But the danger is that when you are weak, you cannot tell the difference. You confuse lust with love. You confuse attention with affection. Retention builds clarity. You see women as they are, not as you wish them to be. Respect those who bring value, but you distance yourself from those who only want to feed. This shift in perception changes your entire life. Suddenly, your relationships become cleaner, your circle of influence becomes stronger, you waste less time on meaningless connections, and focus more on building yourself. Here is something practical you must remember. Female energy is magnetic. It pulls. If you are undisciplined, you will always be pulled off your mission. But when you practice semen retention, your energy reverses direction. Instead of being pulled, you start pulling. Instead of being the hunted, you become the hunter. Women sense this shift, and while some will resist it, others will be inspired by it. The dark side will try to seduce you harder, but you will also attract women who respect your masculine frame and want to grow with you. Think of your seed as currency. Would you give your money to anyone without thinking? No. You protect it. You invest it wisely. Yet so many men hand out their seed for free and wonder why they are broke, tired, and lost. Female energy is the marketplace. Some women sell illusions, and some offer real value. Retention allows you to shop with clarity. You do not buy into lies because you know your worth. You do not invest in manipulation because you have built discipline. And when you meet the right woman, you are not needy, you are selective. Now let us look at the psychological side. The dark feminine uses emotions as weapons. Guilt, shame, seduction, jealousy, all of these are tools. Without retention, you are defenseless. With retention, you remain calm because your mind is not fogged by constant release. You see the game while others are blinded by lust. This is why many men on retention suddenly feel like women treat them differently. It is not magic, it is simply awareness and energy. You radiate confidence because you are not desperate. Desperation is what the dark feminine feeds on. Here is a real question for you. Have you noticed how women respect men who are harder to get? Have you noticed how women chase the man who does not chase them? That is semen retention in action. When you are not controlled by urges, you naturally become that man. You are scarce and valuable. And value always attracts attention. The choice is yours whether you give that attention back or keep building yourself. Some men fear the dark side of female energy, but fear is not the answer. Awareness is. You must understand the dynamics so you can navigate them. When you are on retention, you feel stronger, not weaker. You become the one who decides. You no longer fall into traps because you see them coming. And this is the most empowering shift a man can experience. Instead of being consumed by feminine energy, you balance it with your masculine presence. So the practical takeaway is this: protect your seed because it protects you. Respect female energy, but do not be blinded by it. Recognize the dark side and guard yourself against it. Use retention to sharpen your awareness so you can tell the difference between a woman who builds and a woman who drains. If you do this, your relationships will transform, your career will grow, and your inner power will remain intact. Now imagine if you stayed on retention consistently for 6 months. How much focus would you gain? How many skills would you build? How much stronger would you feel? Do not underestimate the compounding effect of holding your seed. Every day you retain, you invest in yourself. Every time you resist temptation, you grow sharper. The dark feminine loses its grip on you because you are no longer available for manipulation. Our life is a reflection of where your energy flows. If you give it to lust and empty encounters, you will remain stuck. If you channel it into your mission, you will rise. Retention is not just about avoiding women, it is about mastering yourself. It's that when you do engage with women, you engage from strength, not weakness. That is how you balance masculine and feminine energy. That is how you protect yourself from the dark side and step into your true power as a man. So brother, take this seriously. Do not waste your life force. Study female energy, both its light and its dark. Protect your seed and use it as fuel for greatness. And always remember that the dark side is strongest when you are careless, but powerless when you are disciplined. If this message spoke to you, then contribute using the thanks button, whose link is in the description, because support allows more men to hear what you just heard.